Deidre, can you describe how hungry for success you were when you started 918 Moms? I mean, were you pumped?
Oh, pumped. I mean, definitely. And I think, as we started getting more users and people were interested in it, that's what kept us going. Getting emails from people saying, wow, I haven't had anything like this. You've saved me in a time when I was really down and I could, connect with these other moms. And this was really before Facebook and people were doing social networking.
And at the peak, you were doing about $70,000 a month of advertisement revenue. It's huge. I mean, 70,000. Think about this. Here's a mompreneur. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to be sexist or try to be anything. I'm just saying, here a lot of people could say, she's a mom. How's she qualified to start this? She's in the corporate world. How's she qualified?
Right.
A lot of people will say to you, you need to go back to college and get your entrepreneurial degree. There's entrepreneurship degrees now. You need to get your MBA, Deidre. How are you going to start a business out of MBA?
Right.
But you did it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the passion, and I was that mom at the time, the young mom with new kids, so it was all the questions I had, which I think makes it easier. I was obviously passionate about it because I had young kids at home as well.
Full disclosure, Deidre was born in 1994. Now, so many of the world's most successful entrepreneurs have failed and failed before they have achieved success. As a PR and media marketing guru, how many rejections would you say you typically would get on a pitch? Like you're sharing a story with a media outlet. How many rejections do you get before you get one yes?
Yeah, I would probably at least 10, 15 no's.
10 or 15 no's?
To one yes.
That's a lot of no's.
Yeah, and it depends on local or national. What you're pitching. National is harder, but yeah, definitely. You're throwing it out there, not everyone's going to love your story.
And I'm going to just throw out this number here. I don't know that a lot of people mentally can handle 15 no's for every yes.
Right.
Unless you know going into it.
You're going to get that.
It's crass, it's terrible, but I always tell people embrace the worst case scenario. Like know that it's going to be terrible.
Right.
It's maybe not a good idea, but when it's not as if it doesn't feel positive, I guess. But I'm like, I'm going to get 50 no's. So we're talking today about venture capital. And I was like, I have to believe that these people will not invest.
Right.
Because they promised they will, they said they will, they've emailed, they've met with me, so I don't feel good about it.
Yeah.
I got to get more leads. And that's how it works. And then when I get somebody, it always works out that way.
Right.
So we're doing Thrive, we're raising capital for Thrive. And one guy who I don't even know why he's excited. He doesn't fit the demographic. But he's pumped.
Yeah.
He loves it. Thrive.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's pumping me up. I'm like, Thrive. And he's like, no, Thrive. It's crazy. He's pumped. He's going Jumanji about Thrive. And then people who I thought would say yes, say no. It's just bizarre.
And it only takes, a few.
Yeah.
So if you cast your net wider.
Wider net.
Yeah.
More fish.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to H.J. Heinz. Heinz ketchup, you ever had some of that? High in sodium. My wife says it's horrible for me. It's got more sugar in that than a candy bar, but not trying to rip Heinz. My wife's just telling me non-GMO all the way. I got to stop eating that ketchup. I love that sweet ketchup. Love it. Love that salt too. I want an adult salt lick for my kitchen, right? Like after every meal, just salt lick. I love it. All right. So the king of ketchup. Today he is known as the czar of condiments. But when you hear his name, what comes to mind? When you see his ketchup bottles, what are your thoughts in your brain? For me, it's steak. Recently, I actually heard someone say, it was easy for him because he found an easy niche with little competition and was able to make a name for himself. When somebody told me this about the Ketchup King, I was like, I'm going to research the Ketchup King and just to see if that's true, because it's not true. I just want to have some facts so I can call Jack and tell him this thing. So I didn't slap this person, but I wanted to. I just poured ketchup on them. No, I'm just kidding. But what I did is I researched him, and here's what I found out. My main man Heinz went into bankruptcy. He lost it all. Again, you're in a pattern here.
Yeah.
He literally ran out of cash on his way to building something big. My friend, you simply must feed your brain this sort of information if you're going to get to the top. You and I must know these stories to start to build up the emotional stamina needed. We've got to feel like H.J. Heinz. You got to feel like you're one step closer to victory because you've learned what does not work. We have already talked about Heinz. We've talked about Ford. We've talked Abraham Lincoln. This guy Heinz lost it all. Heinz was a hustler though. That guy could hustle. He could flat out bring the energy.
Yeah.